Hello friends, very good evening. Welcome back to my YouTube channel, Talent Traders. Myself Bala here. I'm welcome you all to my channel. So last video we discussed about how to find out a narrow CPR with a 10 days average. We find stocks based on the in narrow. So one day advance we easily finding out those stocks. And one more scanner which we are trying to find out reversal, maybe a stock which happening on a gap up and gap down along with the CPR, inside CPR, sorry, a narrow CPR, which we are going to try to find it with this today's video. And I hope you are giving you good support on my previous videos. So maybe if you are chatting that CPR based scanners, we'll try to create in next videos. And here, yesterday we find some of the stocks like Muthoot, it was very tight range in CPR, and there is an initially it started a gap up, and from there it was quick move down from 2690 and to six almost 6030 points, and again it recovered back. So one more thing which we have seen that ICICI GI, that is also be a very tight range, and it was started higher and it was completely ending with the lower. So maybe we are not providing any kind of trade tips here. Just try to find out a stock forming a pattern with the technical tool like charting. So that was helping to find out such a kind of stocks which forming a such a pattern. So let me move on to the video, and still if you are new to my channel, kindly subscribe the channel to get more update. And most of my custom scanners which I have shared on my Telegram group. So there if you want access, you can just ping me on my WhatsApp number to get more detail, and there you can access all my premium scanners which I have created earlier, and also what I'm going to create in the future. That is also be the link of that scanner will be shared, and you can copy and you can modify, then you can use it also. Okay, so let me go for charting. And already we created a scanner. Let me try to one more time. So because I'm using custom indicator, so you have to check that. So let me try to focus for average CPR R. Yeah, average CPR with that is today. It must be less than CPR average CPR. One more we find it out. CPR with, I think that one, just I want to, what the name I called that I want to check it. So average CPR with and previous one which I want to need to check it. Okay, so we created a scanner that helping you to find out the stocks. Yeah, today's CPR and average CPR. So here it must be today's CPR. Okay, today's CPR with, it must be less than average CPR. Average means we have calculating some particular days in the coding. So here I am using 10 days average. So that should be less than 0.75 that we already created, 0.75 comparing to the average. So if we are using 2 days and one day means it will be producing the stock for the day. And whatever the stock which we are funding it here, that is what tomorrow. Or if you want to check 0.1, and sorry, this is for today. If you are using daily, that would be for tomorrow. So these are all the two stocks which we find it out on yesterday, kind of a pattern which forms in a particular stock. Okay, let me try to find out the gap up and gap down. So to find a gap up and gap down, so maybe 0.75 is good enough. So here a lot of stocks, almost 9 stocks, but if you are making the very narrow range, we have only 2 stocks. Okay, so this is what a normal CPR insight which we are following, and hereafter we to use the gap up. So for example, if I want to find a gap up, so let me add the open. Today's open. Okay, so today's open must be greater than um, R1 resistance one. So there is a huge or a support and resistance is there. So we need to use CPR resistance. Okay, CPR, this one. This is one of the CPR resistance if you are making that one day ago. So here CPR resistance is different. A Cambrilla R1 R2 is different, and normal pivot level is different. Maybe pivot for CPR and Cambrilla and also the normal pivot should be the same, but the resistance level it may be vary for each and every pivot level. So you should confirm that whether it is exactly matching. So here this is what the thing. So today we didn't find any stocks. Let me save the scan to see the back test. And today, even nine stocks have a narrow. But we can look at this. If without this condition, we will find many stocks here. So this would be very rare to take a trade or tracking the stocks. But if I'm adding this one more condition, the stock which opened above this CPR in the first or whatever daily open also, it should be greater than the one, or even if you are using 5 minutes also, that should be same, because the open of the particular daily and day 5 minutes candle, everything would be same. So I just mentioned, but we don't get any stocks today, and recently we are getting July 22nd is an angel one. So let me go to check whether it meets our condition what we are expecting. So 22nd July here, it is opened above R1. So we need to know the what is the R1 value. So let me go with this code, and this is S1. So we to use line, and we can make the dark support and support one, the red line, or even we can bold it. Okay, and same time, so R1 we can make it some other color like blue or even black. So we to use dark, make this line, and will be perfect. And even dark one. Yeah, I think that's good enough. Okay, so we are getting R1 and R2 values. So let's look at this. This is about blue one is an R1 and red one is a S1, and based on the CPR levels. So R1 and S1, so narrow CPR. So we find it on the particular day that should be the narrow CPR, along with the stock should open above R1 level. So if it is open above R1 level, there is a 2 or 3 chances we can able to find it. So maybe a continuation in the trend, or we can expect a reversal in the trend, maybe reaching to this middle of this pivot, or continuation. Maybe we can use a ORV here. So open range breakout on 5 minutes also. Will it is works, and maybe high and this low, and what should be the risk factor, and it will be giving you some benefit. So we normally looking for if it is open above R1, so continue reversal, but in this case it continues. So okay, that would be only one stock at the day. And 15th we have a Motherson Polo Hospital. Hospital. So maybe let me check will our condition is satisfied in this particular one. What date it was? 15/7. Here this is the particular day. 15/7. Yeah, in this case, that is exactly on the level. So where the CPR is very tight, and this was exactly the level. It's slightly higher. So 7260. The open is this particular candle is 7260.5. So what is our condition is the stock should open above to the level, and in first 5 minutes candle it was forming such a big candle. But if you are looking at this particular candle, it never breaks the high and low. So let me mark the high and low. So is there any opportunity where it is created in this particular stock? The low of that 5 minutes candle, it's throughout the day, it never breaks. So maybe that high of this particular 5 minutes candle where it is broken by 12 o'clock. So the CPR opened above CPR at 12 o'clock, that broken, and that was giving you such a big move from almost 40 points from the gap. So from 40 points, whether it is moves another 40 points, maybe 1:1. So it is moving more than 100 points. That's good. Okay, this is not about it's an idea. So maybe we can use any number of strategies too. Okay, so let me hide the values. which is showing you on the it was distracting. Okay, so this is what one and Motherson, but we have a lot of Motherson. Which Motherson you mean? Motherson on 15, this one. Sorry, this one. Here also it is continuous. I think three stocks which you have checked it out. So the first 5 minutes candle, the high is broken, the low of the candle is not broken. So very tight range which is happening, and a stock which opened above R1. So that was most of the cases it breaks the high, and it is maybe 5 minutes ORB strategy works in this case. Okay, let me check some other things and one day prayer. YKA. And this is also be a custom scanner, so you may not be able to find it. So that one should be, here is the date 17th, that is 14th. This is the one more thing. In this case, it's a huge one. I think the low exactly broken or not, but high also. Maybe if you are focusing this much a big candle, so how much percentage it is? More than 1.5%. That should not be a good one. But in this case, it is broken the high and finally it closed the nearby level. The low exactly the same. It doesn't broken. So if you have some cushion, that would be works better. Let me check some other TVS moved around 3.7. 3.7. So we need to go back. 3.7. I think this one. So this is what I think, which I'm just looking for. It is, sorry, this is 8th. Okay. This one. Here also be a huge candle, more than 1%. That should be not good. So if it is a big, so it's not suitable for intraday. So that you have to decide how much, 1.1%. Initially it broken, and in this case it was triggers your stop also. Okay, so stop trades also be visible here, and here that particular day 24/6 lot of stocks, CG Power 24/6 data is available. I think this one, it is opened above, and throughout the day it never breaks the high. Maybe it broke on the low and it was ending lower. Federal Bank, Hindu Hotel, so a lot of stock. So there I am using a 0.75. Okay, so not 0.1. So if you are using 0.1, even we will be not getting much more stocks. 24th. I think here, this case also, it was moving initially higher, making more than, in this case, how much would be the stop? Maybe we'll decide less than 0.1%. So, and it was delivering from that level is almost 9%. So 1:1. Finally, it closed at the same level. So I hope this may be a working concept which is helping you to find out. But I want to find if the stock opened above R1. If the stock opened below S1, so open must be less than support. Okay, so here CPR R support. So open less than support one. So if you are looking at here, very few number of stocks, 2 days back, 14th July, PA Industries, it was opened below to the level. Okay, so I'll be making two different one, and I'll be sharing on our premium group. I think this 2014-7, very narrow and opened below support one. 14. This is the 14. So where it started below, and maybe after that it recovered, but not very immediately, and the risk is more than 1.2. So any other previous one in the back test, SL take on 11/7. 7. So here I'm just pointing out it should be the narrow level, and then the same day it should be open below. So this first candle is 0.6%. Maybe if you are tried, it may be a stop. So we to use this scanner for finding out higher and lower, open above high, that is R1 and S1, that will be helping you to. So make this, both the stocks will came into the same filter. So we will use these things, and it will be finding greater than. So okay, so this will help you to find all the stocks list which is forming both above S1 and R1. So you to check what are the stock PI industries in like a 14.7. In this case, PI industries 14.7. Well, let me check. It was started below. Okay, NYKA 14.7. That was open higher. So in the same scanner, we can able to find it out. So open above higher level as well as lower level along with this. If you want to even to reduce the number probability, the narrow, so you can change the number and you will be getting very fewer number of stocks. I think 22nd that was an angel one. Previously, it is about Motherson. So like that you can also change, and that will be helping you to find out such a pattern. So but I normally I should use 0.7. So that will help to find narrow as well as breakout stocks. I hope you understood the logic, and that will be this channels also I can update into a premium Telegram group, so you can also make changes and you can use it along with your own strategy. Thank you so much. Thanks for watching. And if you are not subscribed yet our channel, kindly subscribe. And if you have any questions or doubt, just ping me on the comment box, or you can directly WhatsApp me. And if you are more interested on our premium group, so you can just ping me on my WhatsApp, which shown on this video, the number is showing here. Thank you so much. Thanks for watching.